The F450 is back from Bill Brown Ford. The truck looks great. Yeah. So if you follow the channel for a while, then you know that we have an F450. But a lot of new people have subscribed in the last couple of weeks. So here it is. If you haven't seen it already, if you haven't looked back at old videos, this is it. Now, what happened is we got into an accident with the truck. A lady pulled out in front of us. We had a trailer behind us. I slammed the brakes and she got hit with this truck. She pulled out. I had a green light. She was turning left and she went when she did not have the right of way. So it wasn't my fault, and her car was definitely wrecked. Mine took on a significant amount of damage here in the front, and the frame was twisted up pretty bad after the accident. It crumpled, and a lot of people kind of said, hey, that frame's weak, or the Fords have weak frames. And I don't know, guys. Maybe they're designed to crumple. It definitely took a lot of the force, and I really didn't feel anything when the accident happened. So maybe it did what it's designed to do. I'm very happy about how everything worked out. The truck did its job. It protected us. It was me and a passenger in the vehicle. We walked away without a scratch. We didn't feel a thing, and the truck took all the damage. So I want to say this Ford truck, the F450, does seem to be a very safe truck. I have heard that these heavy-duty trucks, from the older model heavy-duty trucks, when they get into bad accidents, a lot of times the occupant will get whiplashed because of the frame being so heavy. They were not really designed to take hits and protect occupants. But it seems that on at least this 2020 450, as an occupant of this vehicle that took a significant hit, we felt nothing. We felt nothing. Now, the damage to our vehicle wasn't that bad. What made it cost upwards of $27,000 to fix is the fact that we had to get an entire frame on the truck, and then you got headlights, bumper. I mean, really, if you think about how much work was done, the price isn't really that much money. Headlight, grill, bumper, all the plow equipment was ruined. So all that stuff came into play. I do have a price list that I can show you guys on everything that was done and how much everything cost. But this is the 450. If you haven't seen the truck, I'll show you guys the price list of everything at the end. But here it is if you haven't seen it. So basically, 2020 F450 Lariat Ultimate Package, snowplow prepped, camper package as well, which gives you a updated or heavier duty rear sway bar and a camper slide in certification, which is nice to have. Here you can see the F450 spring pack, which is the same as an F350 dually, but bigger than just a standard F350. We have our 3-inch hitch receiver with our 3-inch waist safe on there. I love this thing. We have the Alcoa imitation wheels. I don't believe they're real Alcoa wheels. The Alcoa wheels are very expensive, and they're very lightweight. These are kind of heavier for being aluminum wheels, but they have held up well. We have installed the extended running boards. Now, this is unique because with these extended running boards, you don't usually get this insert. What I did is I bought these after the fact, and they've been holding up well. I've seen some videos where the running boards are chipping and cracking and all that. And guys, I plow snow with this thing, and the running boards have held up. Basically, all I do to protect my vehicle from rust, well, the last couple years, to protect my vehicle from rust, all I've been doing is spraying it with wax at the car wash. So maybe that's what's kind of kept my running boards from rotting out. But they get dirty, like they get gritty and sandy and everything. But I just spray wax them. I just spray wax the whole truck down after every storm, and then also oftentimes between storms. And our wheels and stuff, they do have some minor little scratches on them from just over the years of abuse, and they haven't really corroded or anything. Nothing really is corroded. But we do have on this truck, guys, a brand new frame across, and it's interesting to really look in here. Here you can see that the frame is in here and it's nice and new. What's interesting though is the actual coating of the frame does appear to be ever so slightly different. When you look in here, you can see we do have a new sway bar up in there. Very nice, and it's got some grease on it, which is nice. Then that way it's not noisy. But let's creep under here and look at this new frame. Okay. There you can see that new frame in there. And I feel like the coating is not as shiny as the original frame. They use a different coating for sure. Different paint. So yeah, there's that. You can still see the oil filter is from the oil hasn't been changed. So we were wondering if there was damage to the engine. It doesn't seem to be any holes or anything punched through the engine or anything like that. We have all new snow plowing equipment up front, as you can see, and a new valance that they trimmed very nicely. Much better than my trim job for sure. There is a new headlight on this side, and this is the old headlight on this side. They both look pretty new. You can't see any issues on any, I mean, you can't tell the difference. But more on what I've done to the truck. Pretty basic stuff, pretty mild stuff. Back here, this is something I want to show you. Sorry for the dust and mess. I got tools in here already, but this is one of the huge things we've done to this truck. We put a 3,000 watt inverter in here, and it's actually running right now, which is nice because the truck isn't running. But I'm charging my laptop as I am working on editing this video. That cool montage at the beginning, let me know what you think about that. But at this time of recording, I just have to montage edit it, and it's this part of the video that I'm recording will be added later. You can see that the salt spreader controller is right there. So what's cool about this 3,000 watt inverter is, and what's cool about this being that it's 3,000 watts, it's heavy power. I would say it's about just under half of a power boost. And you can see how heavy gauge the wiring is that I used. I mean, I went all out on this, and yeah, I'm able to power like a big air compressor on this. This is like household power. This is 3 household outlets right there. I mean, it's heavy duty. It's no joke. And honestly, love having this. And I'm able to charge up my computer right now. It died, and I'm able to run that computer with the vehicle off. And now I probably should start it, but with just that laptop running on that, it shouldn't be an issue just for a little while until, 5-10 minutes, whatever. It shouldn't be an issue. Otherwise, the vehicle would have to run, and we'd be burning diesel right now. And, right now the batteries are probably draining, and I'd rather just drain the batteries and charge them up next time I drive. But what I really like about this truck is the fact that you get the 8-foot bed. The dually is cool. I was nervous about getting the dually at first because of how wide it would be, but honestly, it's not bad if you think about it. Those mirrors basically stick out as far as the dually, so the size isn't a huge deal, and it isn't a huge problem. We've been making that work. I do have a light here on the running board that shines back at the dually wheels, which makes it easier to see those at night. But yeah, pretty mild as far as modifications. Over here in the dash, I have a little bit of a modification right here. I have an always hot power outlet up here on the dash, and this works good for me because whenever I'm working in here, I can charge up multiple devices. So, fellow channel, obviously, you're watching a video, we do videos. Being able to charge my devices, my headphones, everything all at once when I'm doing a video or I'm working in the truck is very nice. I can charge things up, and it's always on, even with the vehicle off. So, I get done with the shift of work, I can plug up my headphones up here, leave them there, charge them. Also can charge cameras. I just charged my cameras while I was editing this video right there on the dash. Also, too, these little mounts can mount like a camera, and I can do like a talking thing without holding the camera and do video. And I can mount a phone here too. So that's pretty cool. Now, the interior, I mean, as far as modifications go, very mild. Like I say, one of the things is I was thinking about selling this truck because it took so much damage and had all this work done. The value of this truck is so high. Like, it really didn't hurt the value. When I got in that accident, the airbags didn't go off. I was literally paying attention. Like, we couldn't pay any more attention than how much attention I was paying. I was laser focused on the road. When she pulled out in front of me, I slammed the brakes, and I'm pretty sure because I hit the brakes so hard, the whole airbag system was like totally. I mean, the vehicle probably thought it wasn't rolling because the wheels were probably locked up. But one of the things that's nice, excuse the mess, but there's a filing organizer in here, and I kind of even forgot about this. I got a ton of documents and stuff in here. My maintenance records and all that is in this filing organizer, so that's nice to have. Over here you can see, let's go ahead and look at the damage and what was all done to this truck. It's pretty wild that all this was replaced. You'd be blown away how many different things. We have a bumper assembly, fog lamps, valance, all the brackets involved, all the moldings, the step pads, $45 here, $70 here, $70 there. So many different parts that had to be replaced. The front grill, dang, the front grill's 800 and what? Why is that? That's crazy that the front grill in chrome is $800. Like, holy smokes. And plus an hour of labor. That's pretty mind-blowing. So you got the front grill for $800. You got a $1,600 headlight. You got all the trim, fog light. This stuff is crazy expensive. An auxiliary radiator. An auxiliary radiator for $1,100. Wow. You had the air conditioner had to get done. Flipping it over. All this is labor now, it looks like. Well, mostly labor. There's still some parts here, but it's pretty wild. This was $27,000 worth of damage. So I'm glad that I was able to get everything covered under insurance. There was no questions there. I really recently made sure, ever since I had a trailer stolen last year, and ever since that trailer got stolen, I've really been focused on making sure everything was super squared away as far as the insurance and everything. And I had to switch companies. I was using Allstate before, and they were kind of like, yeah, you're covered, but it was like they didn't want to do the business policy for whatever reason. So I ended up switching companies, paying quite a bit more money for the coverage, but knowing that everything was covered perfectly without a doubt. And then I even went through the trouble of physically going to the CDL school and getting the CDL license, which was not fun. It was my mistake because I accidentally waited until the last minute where the new regulations kicked in, and I literally studied for the CDL test in advance and was preparing to take it, but got too busy and too tied up and just too distracted. Didn't take the CDL test until I had to pay all the money and do the full class. It was 4 weeks of schooling that I went through to even be able to legally drive this with the trailers and stuff that I have, which was a nightmare. But I liked the truck so much and everything that I just wanted to get it out of the way. And I figured too, why not just have the CDL license for the winter if I want to do something else, work somewhere part-time, whatever, with a CDL license. Because in the winter, guys, when it's not snowing, I end up not doing nothing for too long, and it kind of bugged me to not be doing anything all winter. So for me, I got to keep working. And videos are cool, but I can't do videos full time. It's just not enough videos in the world, I don't think, for me to do videos full time. But all in all, guys, I want to thank Bill Brown for doing an excellent job with the truck, for taking it on, for the communication while the vehicle was in the shop. They went through that. They went the extra mile, guys. They went the extra mile. When the truck was done, the cameras went out. A-Rod took the truck and fixed the cameras right away. Now, A-Rod, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, it's a good hands, A-Rod's fixing it. But A-Rod didn't do a lot of the work. I mean, I think he popped in and did maybe a couple little things that were very minor. But this was the Bill Brown body shop that did everything. From what I'm understanding, if I'm saying this correctly, there was like a father-son team that worked on this to get everything done. So that's interesting. Everything is turned out great. The truck is beautiful. The truck really is beautiful, guys. So everything, I mean, the truck literally drives better. They went through the trouble of putting 2 new steers on the truck. They didn't even have to do that. They took the spare, because the insurance isn't going to cover this tire that's not damaged from the accident, whereas the right side tire was jacked up from the accident. It had scar tissue all over it, and it was all chunked out. So, you know, they didn't want to align the truck with 1 new tire next to an old one. So they went through the trouble of dismounting the spare and putting our old tire on our spare and moving our spare to the front, so that way the tires would match evenly. So the truck literally drives better than it ever drove. I mean, it drives better, in my opinion. This truck literally drives better than it did the day I bought it. So I want to thank Bill Brown Ford for just hooking this truck up, detailing it and everything. Really, they really went above and beyond and made this, you know, like nothing ever happened. So, I mean, even though I basically spent the entire summer without the truck, it is what it is, guys. Things happen. You know, accidents happen. My heart goes out to the poor lady who got hurt, and she got in trouble too. That sucks. You get hurt and you get in trouble. Like, dang, that's poor lady. I really, my heart goes out. You know, it's just a truck at the end of the day. I do love the truck, but it is just a truck, and like I say, my heart goes out for her. So that's it, and that's that, guys. I wanted to go over everything with you. I think the truck is great. I think they did a great job. It's a toughie, you know. It's a toughie because I'm 99 thinking I want to keep it, 99% thinking I want to keep it, but dang, the values on these are so high. I think they're upwards of 90,000 right now, and I got 20K on the clock. I listed it for sale just to see, and people are like, I put 25K on the odometer, and I didn't even remember how many miles. I'm like, I don't know, 25. It's actually got 20K, and I listed it, and people were going crazy for this. They're like 85 or 87. I'll come today. People were going crazy. Dealers are offering more or about what I paid just for trade-in. They're like, hey, trade it in 76, 77. Like, they'll take it. I mean, people will take it. So it's tough, you know. It's tough. It's a tough decision, and I don't think the market's gonna hold up this good forever. But at the same time, this is my work station, guys. Like, I was in here working on this video, and I'm like, man, I gotta go home. My battery's dying. Wait a second. Let me hook up my inverter. Do I have my laptop charger? Sure enough, my laptop charger's in my backpack. Let me turn on my inverter. I'm way more comfortable right here. I got my seats all set up. I just hit that button. This is freaking, I think 1 might be snow plowing mode. You hit 1 and you're going into snow plowing mode. There's a mod I forgot back there. It's got the built right tech plate on the back of this seat. I think I covered that, but yeah, you hit that button and boom, your seat moves. This is snow plowing mode, and then this is just like, I think 2 is just like cruising mode when I'm just mobbing around town with this thing with the lights on. So anyway, comment below. Tell me what you guys think. My name is Sean. This is DS Trucks. Hope to see you in the next video. Over and out.